Hello everybody, here. Very happy to see all of you on the other side of the screen. I haven't made any new videos for some time because my health went to complete and utter shit, so I was pretty much preoccupied all summer with that, but now I'm more or less back on track and I have a few things that overdue and I'm going to produce those videos and reviews pretty shortly. But today I'm going to make emergency build of sorts. I have my main office computer, which is a laptop that I use to answer all email, manage Desmod website and everything. That's slowly dying. Every morning I spend like 10 times trying to reboot it and recover it because there's something going on with the power management on the motherboard. So I decided that I will ditch laptop altogether because there's no need for portability anymore. I'm working from home and I'm going to build a desktop basically. From the parts lying around doing nothing, I don't need very powerful computer, so a lot of things that I already have probably will be complete and utter overkill for that purpose. So I only purchased a couple things that was missing for making actual computer. I didn't have any computer case, so I decided to get this Be Quiet Pro case, which is pretty advanced thing as it turned to be. And the reason why I chose this, not only because I like it, which I am, but the reason that I have this Alphacool Distro plate for this particular case, which was severely damaged in the shipping. It has a lot of chips and yeah, it's not very perfect condition to be sold, so I will just use it for myself because I don't care, this is scratched and everything like this. It's white, that's the reason I chose a white case. I have also this white radiator from Alphacool as well. A lot of paint chips, bad paint jobs, not sellable, but perfectly fine for my purpose. I have brand new Z590 with i7 CPU that I bought to make a test bench, but I got busy and 690 was released, so I went with that, and we have all these test benches here. So now been used, but it's for office computers will be pretty powerful system, so no worries about that. I was missing SSD, so I bought one SSD for myself to migrate things from laptop to desktop. I have this again Alphacool Core 1 CPU block that I was used for testing. Just use that as well. So basically, yeah, a lot of parts that second quality, so to speak, but it will work perfectly for myself. Yeah, it's like simple loop, one CPU, one GPU, and the main thing is just migrate all data. So I will start building, start filming. If anything comes up, I will definitely make remarks about it, but that's the plan for today. I really hope to finish it in one day, but you know, every time you think you will do, you never have times because something come up and things like this. Maybe I'm missing some parts. Anyways, guys, thank you, and let's start building and we'll see what's happened. And here I am 1 week later. Of course, I couldn't do it in one day, although I tried. But a few things come out and try to do this design and that design and didn't like it, so I keep changing it and thinking how to do it the best way, and eventually it's come to my mind and I just implemented it slightly in a different way of plumbing than I had originally thought of. First of all, I would like to say that I have extremely positive feeling from this DuckBase Pro case. It's one of the better case I worked for some time. Although it's metal, so it's quite heavy, but at the same time it has a lot of bells and whistles. On the front you have a built-in fan controller if you want to have even RGB controller, which you can easily sync. I don't know if I can. Oh, you see, this now works from the controller itself, but you can sync it with let's see, oh, here you go. But you can sync it with whatever other RGB controller you're using. It could be motherboard. In my particular case, I'm using OCTO fan controller together with the Next flow meter. So they control my RGB basically. So this strip and that strip can come from the case or can be synced. The same for the fans. You can use that control if you want to. If you don't, then you don't. So basically, that's quite a few neat things. There's also wireless charger on top, so if you have your phone you can charge it, so pretty cool. I probably was talking all the time without my head, but you got the idea. So basically what I used, a bunch of second-hand and otherwise B-stock that get damaged as shipping and have dings and problems, but it's still functional. So I realistically only had to buy for myself a number of fittings that was missing and tubing. One thing that I really wanted to try for over a decade, literally. Bitspower has a beautiful colored acrylic. They called it red ice, blue ice, and something else. And red and blue especially look fantastic, and I always wanted to try it, although red kind of not my color. But I was surprised that it was not popular at all. I literally have just a handful of customers in 10 years who try red or blue tubing. Everybody goes for some reason for clear and put colored liquid, when you can put a colored tubing and go for clear liquid and you know, have potentially less issues with staying your parts and easy to clean, and if you drain, if you spill something. So again, a clear liquid is so much nicer. So you can see that I have a clear liquid, but I put lights on red, so basically it's look like I have a red coolant and red coolant here, but realistically no, it's just a red tube. So this is a beautiful tube. First time I tried 16 millimeters. Well, that was quite a challenge. I managed to do all mistakes that newbie does. I burned my tube because heating was too hot. I make wrinkles because I didn't heat properly and also bend too fast. So if I could easily do entire build with my 1 meter of tube and even some left, but because I basically screw up so many bands, I actually used 2 meters of tubing, just because first it was like practice run and second was actual tube run. So essentially I'm not big fan of distribution plates. I think it's hindrance. All the stupid parallel tubing look like crap for me personally. I don't know why people like it. It's reduce your flow rate, so it's like a nonsense. So I did like hybrid approach. I kind of use distribution plate because I have it. At the same time, I didn't run any parallel tubing, so in a way I use it as a fancy, expensive reservoir and pump combo, which comes from Alphacool, specifically built for this specific case. Pretty nicely done. You remove a front assembly for fans, or you can also mount radiator on front for this particular case if you want to, but I remove everything and basically we have this reservoir going in place. It has built-in Apex pump. Never use it either, so we'll see how it will fare, but a nice thing that has one single cable that later split to SATA and PWM control. So essentially I run traditional loop, how I quite often do. So exit goes to my flow meter and filter. I just want to have it, so don't ask why, because it's almost impossible to remove it when it's hard tube. You have to drain and disassemble the whole thing, so it's more like showpiece, if you will. And it goes into my GPU. It's 3080. I could sell it, but it's okay, I'll just use it. It's EVGA, one of the latest EVGA models, 3080, before they go out. I have Heatkiller block, which is totally awesome, so didn't feel like selling it, to be honest, so I keep it. And first time, because I don't really care about any like potential issues and I can just switch cable if something goes wrong, so I use a razor. So it was vertical mount. Usually I just stick it for the better practice right into the motherboard, but in this particular case I decided to do it this way. So I have one tubing, hard tube, that goes all the way and connects to my GPU. From GPU, theoretically I suppose to run another ½ meter of tube and then return to CPU, but nope, I did bend and just connected right into this Core 1 CPU block. One thing that I had to deal with is, actually this is a LJ1200 which is not supported by Core 1, and they don't have a universal bracket. So, well, most of people would now run and cry on Reddit and return the block, but because I'm a little bit more advanced than majority of people around, so I modify and just make my bracket universal by drilling much larger hole into the existing holes, and basically it just fits fine. And performance excellent. It's fantastic block, and unfortunately it's not supporting LJ 1100, 1200 and all this lower end CPUs, but literally it's what take 15 minutes of work and everything was fantastically done. So you can see this, it's mounted on incorrect motherboard, if you will, and we're getting out of a CPU block, go to my triple radiator, which was like scratched and dent like hell, but this side is beautiful, so you can't see, but it wasn't sellable at all. So these two bends that took me a while. I tried 3 times, to be honest with you, but eventually I kind of managed to do 2 90-degree bends, almost perfect, and it just fits straight into the HP series as a XT45, basically in white. So, and after that, that part that actually took me the longest is a connection from this reservoir to the distribution plate. So basically you can see, I hope, so this is a port and this is a port, right? They misaligned pretty badly. I did a number of bends, I did offsets, and I wasted good full day only for this single connection. It's never worked out. It was a little bit crooked, a little bit looked like crap. So I just abandoned eventually hard tubing connection because it was just didn't look good. It always was under some sort of angle which bothered me, and or bend was so short that you couldn't even stick it into the fitting. So it's a little piece of flexible tubing that solved my problem in 2 minutes. No stress, no nothing. It's just 2 fittings, and I think I used like a 60-degree adapter just to go into right direction towards the port, but port both misaligned this way and this way. So no amount of spacer, standard spacer will level it up. So that was a little bit, I don't know why Alphacool didn't think it better, because they created distribution plate for a specific case. And surely they know that somebody will use their radiator, which is located in specific place too. Why the hell not align it properly? It beats me. Just somebody didn't think, I think. So that was a thing that was a little bit pain in the ass, and if you will work on similar case, just save yourself a trouble, run a piece of tube, and be happy. Another thing that also I would like to mention with this particular case is coming with a support bracket for, which is magnetic, for GPU. So if you need a support of sorts, you can have this thing that actually you can even hide cables inside if you want to. But in my particular case, I have to reverse this and this bracket upside down to make it work for me, so I cannot even put cables here, but I don't care. So anyways, this has additional support a little bit for the sagging, which is nice. Also in white the same way as the rest of the case. I did a little bit of, you can see that I have some wires that I can pick any color I want. I have a bunch of them, and I can create some sort of custom pattern. So I played a little bit, use few colors. I have red, white, lava, which is a kind of gray and red mix. I have some carbon, and I try to use black here too. So anyway, so I did a little bit fun here to making a little bit of fancy cable extension, and the rest is just connected to standard PCU, so it's just extension. So anyways, that's how I build the system. Pretty decent flow rate, 230 almost 2 liters per hour, which is very decent, so I'm pretty happy with that. So it's maximum speed for the pump, but that's a lot, so it's a good decent build. So I probably can slow down because running Excel doesn't require a lot of CPU power. One thing that I also wanted to mention, it was something else. Oh, filling. So I use my filling station, or intended to use my filling station, to put the system like quickly full of water, but actually with distribution plate it's not so easy, because I have this is drain port, that I use, a Bitspower, and I have a fill port on one of the tops. So when I connected my filling station here and here and just start filling, so naturally I fill this reservoir, but nothing will go through the loop, and it didn't help me much. So I had to run pump as well on distribution plate, and then it's worked out. Still, nevertheless, it probably took me easily like 40 minutes to like squeeze coolant into it, run more, blah 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 blah. So it took forever, right? I spend most of the time looking for external power supply so I can power up Apex pump. Then actually I will fill the system. Also, because it goes through the filling station, it's all bubbles will stay in filling station, so you can see I'm literally just fill the system and it's bubble free already. It's amazing. So I'm really happy that I was able to get this filling station. Also, I'm not really do customer builds anymore. Just for myself, it's just such a time saver. I don't know, anybody who do builds for a living, I strongly recommend, you know, spend those monies and you spend so much less time filling the system. Also, you can do a reverse flow flush if you get anything like stuck on your CPU blocks or something like this. So instead of disassemble, drain all the scrap, you can actually just reverse the flow and it will suck all the crap and filter it, because the filling station has a filter built in. So I had this problem with skeleton build, which I still cannot make that video. Also I filmed everything, so that's highly recommended item. Anyways guys, thank you very much. A lot of talking, but hopefully you find this video interesting. I really hope I will go back on schedule for my reviews, because a few things I have to say and I want to say, it just didn't work out all summer for me. Thank you for watching, glad to see all of you on the other side of the screen. See you soon.